Hello there, my name is Jason Perkins. I'd like to welcome you to another episode in my Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I'm an attorney who specializes in handling Georgia workers' compensation cases. I created this series of videos because I want to provide people who have been hurt at work with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation law and the benefits they should receive under that law. Today I want to talk to you about whether you should file workers' compensation or short-term disability. First, let's talk about what workers' compensation and short-term disability are. So workers' compensation is a policy that covers you when you're injured on the job. Your employer in Georgia should have workers' compensation insurance if they have 3 or more regular employees. And if you suffer an on-the-job injury, you slip and fall at work, you're lifting something, get hurt at work, basically any type of on-the-job injury, it's generally covered under workers' compensation. Short-term disability is a different type of insurance policy that you might have maybe through your employer or maybe through an individual policy. And it generally covers you and pays you disability benefits if you have some sort of injury or health condition or disability that prevents you from working. And generally it's limited to the disability benefits. It generally doesn't cover medical or other types of benefits. And the benefits are defined by the insurance policy in the case of short-term disability. Let's talk about the advantages of workers' compensation over short-term disability or vice versa. One of the advantages of workers' compensation we've already talked about. Short-term disability doesn't cover really anything other than the disability benefits. Workers' compensation covers disability benefits, but it also covers your medical treatment for your injury and something called permanent partial disability benefits if you have a permanent impairment rating as a result of your injury. Another advantage of workers' compensation is that the benefits will probably last a much longer period of time than short-term disability if you need it. A lot of short-term disability policies only cover benefits for 13 or 26 weeks. Workers' compensation benefits cover you while you're out of work as a result of your injury up to a period of maybe 350 or 400 weeks. So if you have a serious injury that keeps you out of work a long time, the benefits from workers' comp may pay you for a lot longer. A third advantage is that workers' compensation could pay you a higher benefit than short-term disability, but that's going to depend on how the short-term disability insurance policy is written. Let's talk about some of the advantages of short-term disability over workers' comp. One of the advantages is short-term disability might actually pay you a higher benefit than workers' compensation. But again, that's going to depend on how the particular insurance policy is written. Another big advantage of short-term disability is it covers you even if you were not injured on the job. So workers' compensation covers on-the-job injuries, but short-term disability covers you regardless of whether you were hurt on the job. So that can be an advantage there. But you may not actually have to even pick between workers' compensation and short-term disability. You may be able to file both. There are situations. It's going to depend on what your short-term disability insurance policy says probably as to whether you can file both. Some short-term disability policies exclude work-related injuries, which means they're not covered under the policy, and so you can't receive benefits for them. But many short-term disability policies just take credit for the benefits you receive from workers' compensation, so you can still file a short-term disability claim, and it's just offset by the workers' compensation benefits you receive. But this can present a good option for you. Now, I hope you found this information about whether you should file for workers' compensation or short-term disability helpful. If you have, please let me know that. One of the best ways you can do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you have other questions about workers' compensation or short-term disability, I'd certainly be happy to try to answer them. You can set up a free consultation with me if you'd like to do so. There's 2 easy ways that you can do that. First is by calling the phone number on the bottom of the screen, and the other is by reaching out to us to our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. Click on and submit the free consultation request form there. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video today. I want to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injuries.